Hey guys, welcome back, and welcome back to another episode of Batwoman. I've been slowly trudging through these last couple episodes of season 2 because I've determined to myself that I'm not going to watch these episodes without some sort of just audio therapy, video therapy, I guess. You know, this is my way of just having fun while watching these horrible, boring, a lot of times boring episodes. Last episode was actually quite funny. Of course, unintentionally funny. None of these episodes are intentionally entertaining in the way they're supposed to be. But last episode was pretty entertaining because it was just this random hodgepodge of, like, you know, them trying to tackle racial and social issues while also integrating a zombie virus based off of a street drug that was accidentally made. But yeah, in the last episode, Luke got shot up by Hero Cop, which they had to make him less of a hero in last episode because they had to remind us that he's meant to be an antagonist. So they had to make him way more of a douchebag and, you know, make him make a lot less sense than he usually does. But Luke's been shot. He's on death's door, I suppose. Doubt he's gonna die because, you know, this show, if anything else, it's pretty predictable. But yeah, I'm excited, quote unquote excited, to see where this goes. So let's jump right into this episode.
Don't make me your problem.
Oh yeah, this guy. Just completely.
What the hell's going on? Sir, this man is trying to steal a car. This guy is a known car thief. You know what?
Okay, before we continue, yeah, like I said last time, it makes no sense why you would even think Luke was the one that was robbing this car when, first off, this guy is the closest one to the car. Second, the way they are both dressed, night and day. Luke's dressed in a very dignified, you know, he got himself a nice little throw on, you know, coat. Dignified looking, got his life together, while you got this guy looking like he's a heroin addict up in here next to this car that has the alarm going. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you even think why Luke would be the one that probably is doing that? I get, you know, racial profiling, but again, and then up to this point, they haven't suggested this guy's racist. But whatever. Let's go ahead and see Luke get shot up again. Oh yeah, the phone thing. I forgot about the phone thing. Luke being an idiot. After he ranted on about being street smart and knowing when to put his head down by hanging out with all the rich white people and all this stuff. Now he completely forgets the fact that in any scenario, whether or not you're white or black, you don't just whip out something out of your jacket pocket in the middle of a police confrontation. But
run us through what happened.
Well, Agent Miller and I were on patrol when we heard a car alarm. We approached. The suspect reached inside his jacket, pulled out a gun.
Hold on. So even when this show came out, body cams were a thing. Are you saying the Crows don't wear body cams? I mean, hold on. Jacob was wearing a body cam in the first half of the season when, you know, he got kidnapped in the garage for like the umpteenth time because the Crow's garage is the most dangerous place in Gotham City. So they had no body cam. They didn't have a police dash cam. Maybe they'll explain it in here, but like obviously he's, you know, not mentioning there was another guy at the scene and he's just making it look like, oh, Luke did something wrong and he responded appropriately. Also, did Sophie not tell Jacob how this guy completely disregarded her orders while she was acting commander? Again, this guy should have got fired last episode before any of this happened. But because Sophie is a self-righteous idiot and just left the Crows and left this guy to do whatever he's going to do, stuff like this happens. Again, thanks a lot, Sophie.
Fox used to work for my daughter. He seems more like the type to wield a keyboard than a gun.
The suspect turned to shoot, and I fired before he could do the same to us.
Sounds like you should be commended for your bravery, Agent Tavaroff. Any more questions?
Look, again. again, I get it. You're trying to make a commentary about police, unjustified police shootings and how they try to cover it up. I get it. But to have it just this guy say, this is what happens, and the guy goes, good enough for me. You're a hero, buddy. Jacob clearly stated like, hey, I kind of know this guy. Straight and narrow. The fact of the matter is, his entire profile does not match the description that Tavaroff just gave. So they're just blatantly just making these guys these absolute idiots. Or at least willful idiots in this situation. It makes no sense. Like, this guy would be scrutinized way more about the situation. Did he plant a gun? Because that'd be like the first thing they would have looked at. Is like, hey, was there a gun planted? Was was there a gun on the scene? Was there any witnesses? Anything. But no, he just says, oh, the suspect went to go shoot. Like, again, they're trying to emulate what this is like in real life. But some circles probably, yes. But I highly doubt this is what the process would have been like for any shooting. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of scrutiny behind it. And the ones that aren't, they're pretty quick to see, okay? And yes, these happen in real life, but this is just ridiculous. Come on, you could do better than this.
Yeah, to review the body cam footage. Send in Agent Miller.
Of course, sir. Thank you.
Of course, they probably tampered with it or something. But yeah, that should be like the first thing said. Luke going on to the good old by and by. The good old by and by is the Wayne Enterprise office, apparently. Okay. Dan? Yeah. Are we going to see Lucius, or is that just a stand-in? I don't know. I don't want them to touch Lucius Fox. They corrupt everything they touch in the show.
Why didn't Luke just call it in? I told him to, but he said that he recognized the guy from your holding cell? Eli, or something.
Yeah, a white boy. He was in jail with us for stealing a car.
You think that he did this?
Wait, did they not know it was a Crow shooting? Oh, of course. Dude, once she finds out it was a Crow that did this, she's going to be all over it like, I told you.
I've nominated myself to save Luke's life. So,
what?
Why aren't you at Gotham General right now?
Hold on. No. Hold on. Mary. We've already gone over the fact that she is not a licensed doctor by any means. She is currently in medical school while also running a mostly illegal clinic. Like, she's certified. She has hired real doctors somewhat to work at her clinic. But she herself is not yet a real doctor.
Gotham General doesn't have this.
Oh, that's simple. Yeah, Desert Rose. Okay, Mary, I give you some credit. Yeah, Desert Rose makes more sense. I thought she was literally going to go and operate on him. Okay, well, again, sometimes other characters make smart decisions. I'll give them that. Oh gosh, Alice stuff. This better be interesting. Alice stuff has been boring like all this season. She has nothing to do anymore.
I give you evidence.
Probably for the best, considering his daughter, that is.
No idea. Riddle me that.
Oh, she's supposed to be the Riddler's daughter? I didn't know that. Did no one know that she was the Riddler's daughter? You would think that that'd be a significant like security risk to have her as counseling in the Crows, knowing that she's the daughter of Edward Nygma. But okay.
I guess I'm on my own then.
Gosh, the Alice stuff is still just not interesting. Like, it's so boring. Like, it's the least... I'm constantly waiting for everything else to come back into play.
Were you borrowing the car earlier when you shot the guy who tried to stop you?
It wasn't like that. The Crows rolled up out of nowhere.
What do you mean the Crows rolled up? They did this?
I may have said he was boosting the ride.
You think maybe that was gonna get him shot?
He was stupid enough to grab his phone. Next thing I knew, someone yelled out gun and then fired.
How does no one know that the Crows did this? Like, have they just not released a statement yet? You would think a gunshot. Jacob knows. People at Crows know. You would think them being in conjunction with Gotham PD, there would already be like a statement out about, you know, the son of Lucius Fox, who was a big name in Wayne Enterprise, being shot by a Crow. But no, apparently it's all mystery, and that's, I don't know. That seems stupid.
How the hell did you get away?
I saw a chance and I ran. They didn't bother to follow.
Cause he's white.
Sounds like your beef is with them. So how about letting me go?
How about not? Maybe you should have minded your own business.
To be fair, Kate in the past has tried to let people go after certain things like that. So at least Ryan didn't let him go.
Why would I call you here?
Look, you've been shot. You brought me here because you have a choice to make.
Does he? I mean, they always kind of do that in these scenarios when a person's on the edge of death, like they get shot or in a car accident. It's like, you have a choice to make. You know, you either can stay here or come to the great beyond and be with your family who have passed away or something like that. You really don't have a choice. I get it. You have to fight to live. But no, he has internal injuries and blood loss. Like, nah, even if he's like, I want to live, let's live. I mean, if like all your blood is gone, you got little options there, buddy. But what if he chooses, no, I don't want to live anymore. But then like Mary just injects him with the Desirows and he just comes back anyway. Again, that kind of little plot thing. It's so, what's it called? It's such a cliche. It's a cliche that's never made sense. You know, but, you know, the show's by the numbers in the most worst way anyway, so whatever.
From the latest shooting of a black man at the hands of the Crows.
See, wait, so people do know? How did Ryan not know? It's a protest about it and everything.
Son of a bitch.
Is that the agent who shot Luke? Russell Tavaroff. He was responsible for the massacre at the church. Crashed my Fox Faith operation 2 weeks ago. Of course he did this. You need backup?
They had his name attached to the Wolf Spider one. I don't remember him being part of the Wolf Spider thing. The first time he showed up was when, like, the whole thing when Ryan stupidly left her blood at the scene and he almost cracked her by using her DNA, but, you know, Sophie saved that situation. But, again, the things that she listed, like, she listed, like, oh, he showed up and messed up my operation when I was taking on the false face people that one time. You know, when she said, like, you seriously suck at your job. Like, I find that funny. That's one of her complaints. But, like, at that time, he was just one of those moments where he was just doing his job. You know, he showed up at a scene of a crime, and then she's scolding him because they're supposed to just know that she plans on putting a tracker on one of these guys. Again, it wasn't until like these last 2 episodes that they had to really really push that, yeah, he's a corrupt guy, because everything else up to then was more just hearsay, and everything else is just him being, you know, him doing his job while him kind of just being somewhat of a jerk about it. I don't know. It makes me hard to really, you know, take Ryan seriously when she's like, oh, of course it's him. Like, the show does a horrible job of establishing who you're meant to hate in the show.
I want to see how Russell does against someone who is bulletproof.
Who's against someone who's... What are you going to go beat him up? Again, you can't just go and do this. Like, there's a legal procedure. Even if you beat him up and drop him from the GCPD, like, what are they supposed to do, arrest him? I mean, you have to do proof and a system and all that stuff. You know, it still has to go through the system. Oh my God. How is she so easily able to get into this place? She is a known terrorist. And she just walked through the front door.
I know you're in love. As much as I hate you, Alice. Everyone deserves love.
She did kill your mother, if you don't recall, right? Poisoned her to death. Liquefied her insides. In fact, if I remember correctly.
I think her internal organs are liquefying. I'll just tell you.
Well, look, mother. Kid was released from jail hours before the cops threw the car. He broke the law, just like your brother.
You just came up and assaulted an officer. Why are you leaving her there? You could have took her into custody. Again, it's weird that I'm rooting for the guys who are meant to be like the villains. But first, yeah, you had her. She was assaulting a Crow's officer unprovoked. She just attacked him. He wasn't committed a crime at the moment. But she came in and tried to threaten him into giving a confession, which is, I know, a big no-no legally. Like, even if you got him to confess, as soon as it comes out that he confessed because Batwoman told him to because she threatened him, that case goes out the window, girl. And it was satisfying seeing her get hit by a car, you know, because I just hate Ryan as a character. But yeah, like, why didn't they arrest her, like, right then and there? Obviously, that texting was like, hey, I think Batwoman's out here, or someone's gonna try to get me, come check this out. But yeah, like, she was assaulting him. They could have easily took her into custody. She was out of commission. Gosh. I kind of wish they did. I would have given them a big old hand clap if they did. But the car hit was satisfying.
Help who I love. We're survivors, orphans, who made our way in this world alone, except somehow we found each other.
I'm not gonna feel for these characters, man. Ocean was kind of cool for a while, but now him really kind of like trying to prep up Alice the way she is.
I need your help. You okay? You should see the Crow's truck. The Crows ran you down. One of Russell Taveroff's boys.
Yeah, because you attacked him in the middle of an alley.
A statement on the incident, along with newly released body camera footage, should warn viewers that this footage is disturbing.
Wait, how was Luke holding a gun?
How did they have enough time to edit that body cam footage? Like, seriously. And like, you can see from like inside the pocket, like, it obviously transitioned from like a phone to a gun. Like, it makes no sense how they were able to do that. There's no editing software good enough that you can do in that short amount of time. Or maybe there is, but like, you would think as soon, I mean, I guess you could say Crows are corrupt, but as soon as, you know, he got pulled in, you would think like the higher ups would be like, yoink, okay, let's look at the footage. First thing is look at the footage before you debrief them, before anything else, or at least simultaneously. Hey, we're over here talking to him while someone's looking at the footage. So how did he have time to go and edit the footage and say, that's the official release? Like, really? And again, this doesn't, again, this will be paralleling real life about cops in their shootings. This has never happened where someone was able to masterfully edit a body cam video to change a phone in someone's hand into a handgun. Again, did they find a gun at the scene? That specific gun? Because you would need to have a gun with his fingerprints on it. Because unless you had just some random gun at hand that wasn't like Crow issued, this doesn't work. And again, they keep doing this whole, oh, he was just released from jail. Yeah, he was released from jail based off of disturbing the police business when they're trying to shut down a thing. Saying that he was in jail hours before the confrontation does not matter as much as why he was in jail hours before. They're making him sound like he was a career criminal. Again, this is sloppy writing at its best.
The gun found at the scene was also connected to a recent gas station robbery.
Oh my God! Okay, so they did plant a gun. How did they just like took a gun out of storage and said, this is Luke's gun. Connected with a recent gas station robbery. Again, Luke Fox's profile. Why would this really well-off man be robbing a gas station? This doesn't hold up in court. It doesn't. It doesn't work. You can't take a gun from a previous case of a gas station robbery and put it on somebody in which the profile does not match. The man works for Wayne Enterprises. he is best friends with a billionaire. It doesn't work.
27-year-old Fox is the son of the late Wayne Foundation CEO Lucius Fox and currently works as head of security at Wayne Tower.
They even started it, so it doesn't work. Oh my God.
Tell me how to get my hands on the original footage. What time is it? 1:45. All the body cam metadata is sent to the Crow's air gap server, which always deletes at 3 a.m. every night.
What? Why would they delete body cam footage? I guess after a while you need to like free up some storage, sure. But you would need copies of those things on hand, like all the time, right? For any cases that could come up later or anything. Especially the original copy. That's like the one thing you want to keep, right? Because obviously this is like the original video, then you have a copy of a video that's edited. So why, within the same day of the incident happening, would you have your system set up to delete the original video after like, I don't know, like what? How long has it been? Like 12 hours? That's just a sucky system just so you can have a ticking clock. Jeez.
Well, that just flowed right off your tongue. What are you talking about? Tell me. How many times have you seen something like this happen and never said anything? How many times have you participated in something like this?
What?
Never. I never knew it went this far, and when I did, I quit yesterday. No.
Shut up! Oh my God! Literally, she just gave you some helpful information, and the first thing you want to do is turn it on her and said, oh, how many times have you seen, you know, this type of stuff where cops are shooting innocent black men and covering it up? Wow, you just knew exactly what to do. Well, maybe because she worked there and was the right-hand man of the boss of the Crows, so she knows the system? Maybe? Shut up, Ryan.
I didn't shoot Luke, so please stop acting like this is my fault. It's not! It's mine! I gave him hell for being a bystander. I called him privileged. Luke put himself in the way. Because of me.
Yes, let's make this all about you, Ryan. I get it, she's feeling guilty. You know, and yeah, maybe that makes sense why Luke was suddenly acting stupid, because he was taking Ryan's words of wisdom to heart and not just standing to the side. And again, he wasn't even she was being stupid because he wasn't even being a bystander in the situation. He was just being smart and knowing how to read the room with those situations with those cops, in which Ryan ended up messing it up, getting them all arrested. But yeah, going from her blaming Sophie to then blaming herself doesn't make the fact that she just started blaming Sophie completely ridiculous. I still hate her as a character.
I'm asking you to re-examine the facts of the case.
Did we completely forget about Jacob being a junkie? We completely just skimmed over, like, it's like he had that talk with Mary and we haven't revisited it since. I mean, that was like last episode, of course, but he's just back and doing this again. And she didn't explain to Jacob why she quit, like at all. She just up and quit. Give him no explanation. Again, if she would explain what Tavaroff did, maybe we'd not be in this situation, Sophie.
2 years ago, I tracked down a rapist. He attacked several women. We all knew he did it. But the evidence was circumstantial. When airtight evidence appeared at the last minute, I didn't question where it came from because he was guilty.
Put a rapist behind bars.
I know we did, but we also bent the rules.
And how many lives have we saved?
Okay, so now Jacob's... See, now we're just altering characters on the spot. Like, at first Jacob was all about the rules and everything. Now, like, he's not questioning about when they bend the rules to put away somebody who's obviously guilty. And there's questions about, you know, that type of ethics, because it does kind of mess with the whole idea of, the, you know, giving people a fair trial and all that stuff. If we're comparing the two situations, The one, again, it is messed up because from our perspective, we have to go by what they're saying is this guy was obviously a rapist. But either case, if the guy so happened not to be one, then they put an innocent man behind bars just based off of what they truly believed. But let's just go by that they're in the right in this situation. This situation, I don't even see how there could be any real airtight evidence against Luke. You have a planted gun from a robbery that doesn't even fit Luke's MO of this pretty well off, currently employed by the most wealthy corporation in the world, and somehow a gun that's associated with a gas station robbery, it's attached to him. So this shouldn't even be a case.
Just landed in the crow's nest. Copy. Just hacked into the crow's camera feed. You've got 6 minutes to predict.
Oh my god, this music.
What about Luke? It's in motion.
Oh, they got Wolf Spider to do it for them. We're bringing back Wolf Spider, everybody. Got the epic music going.
Hot tip. Coffee at the hospital cast is extra tragic. But I bought these fresh.
You know, it used to be the Crows were like a very mixed race organization. Now they only show white officers because you can't have too much diversity. Okay, at this point, there should be no choice for Luke, right? No more of that choose where you going type thing, right? It should just be, okay, never mind. You're all good now. You're all healed up. You know, the whole trope of choose whether you want to stay or go should be out of the question now. You know? They're probably going to wonder why there's a damaged window, though.
You're about to survive, my friend. Now, are you staying? Or are you going?
What? No! It's out of the question now. It's out of the question. Your body is healing.
Luke Fox never had so much as a speeding ticket, parking ticket, fixer ticket. Hell, he's never even had a late payment on a bill. How does a guy like that suddenly graduate to GTA, robbery, and possession of a firearm? Snake bite case 2 days ago resulted in nearly a dozen deaths. Agent Moore's final report indicated requesting the use of non-lethal force to subdue the users. In the meantime, I want your badge, I want your gun, and I want you out of here.
Again, it's so simple. Why couldn't Sophie have done this? She did it with the other two guys. So this guy should have been gone. Like, she left a report saying this. So why wasn't this done before?
That's what you gotta do, sir.
What? No. No.
Maybe. We'll be just fine. If we get rid of the problem.
Hold on. This man just plan on killing Jacob and somehow still remaining in the Crows. I get you can cover it up, but come on. Come on now. This is, again, they completely shifted this guy from just being kind of a douchebag that does his job, is just douchey at it, to just being a full-on, just psychotic, murderous villain that's willing to try to kill their boss. That's just... Subtlety is not the show's strong suit.
Found the body cam files. Oh no. Talk to me. There's hundreds of files in Tabaral's folder.
Hold on, yeah, so I'm putting this in post. So, they said earlier that every day the files are deleted like 3 a.m. But here, they said there's like hundreds of files under Tabaral's body cam file. But if it's deleted every day at 3 a.m., how could there be hundreds? That makes no sense. Batwoman, you're messing up your own continuity that you just set up in the same episode. How do you even do that?
Snake bite kits in the trash when I was tying him up.
Gosh, he left it in the trash again. My gosh.
Worst eye he's ever had.
Dude, 3? That'll kill him.
No crap, Sherlock. What do you think this whole plan is for? What, just prank him? Again, it's not that dark. They try to make it look like they can't see anything. It's so much light in there.
Like, I wanted you to see this. Have fun with Blackgate.
Thanks.
You know what I gave up to save your ass? Clearing this box's name. The boys are trying to ruin his life.
I didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah, well, you should have. You want to do good? I get it. I bend the rules too. But at least I have a code. What's yours? I gave you the match and the gas can, Commander. It's up to you to do the rest. Burn it down. Or you're just as bad as them.
I'm trying to get what this is supposed to be a metaphor for. Are we supposed to be just getting rid of the complete entire police department too? Is that supposed to be the message of the show?
Doesn't matter that you worked for Batman or both Batwomen. You have given hope to thousands of people. You still got shot. And there is a whole mess of people out there willing to believe that you deserved it. Just because you're black.
Is it?
And I don't want to live in that world anymore. I want to be with my dad.
Wow, Luke, just a quitter.
Hey, Dad, just look, I'm here.
Ah, psych! That's so trifling. Yeah, you get to be with your dad, and then suddenly, ah, psych! Just tore him away from it. You're like, stop, dang it! You just wake up like, what? No. This man was just about to bounce on all of y'all. He's like, dang it, I wanted to die. At least we are out of the most dangerous parking lot in the world. You know, at least we have that. Oh my God! One last time. Just for, you know, for the road.
He's alive.
Not this again.
Daddy, she's alive. It's here. In Gotham, under the influence of Black Mask. So you and I are gonna do the one thing that you and Kate never did for me. We are gonna stop at nothing. We're gonna get back.
If Jacob's involved, maybe this whole plotline would be more interesting again. All right, so that was Batwoman episode 15. At least, again, I have a lot to talk about again, and that's a nice thing. Yeah, this episode was stupid. Oh my God. They fully leaned into the whole corrupt cop thing with the crows, but it's even more ridiculous. Because yes, corruption happens. Planting of evidence. You know, cops covering for each other. Stuff like that happens. But if you're going to represent that, you have to represent it in the most plausible, understandable, realistic way. This was none of those things. This was the most exaggerated, nonsensical way of showing corruption within some type of like policing system. Oh my God. The way this is written, it sounds like someone who's never worked inside a police department or anybody ever met a police officer would write something. Okay, so let's break this down. So these cops shoot Luke. Okay, Teveroff and his crew. Tavros shoots Luke. They have to cover it up. So the way of covering up is saying, well, Luke actually had a gun, which justified him shooting him. And so to make it look like that actually what happened, they took a gun that was associated with some local gas station robberies and then had someone within a day make a masterful Photoshop of Luke taking out and pointing a gun at them. Like, okay, let's break down everything wrong with this scenario. Again, if we're going about profiling, even if you're going by like profiling a black man, Luke does not even look the part of a profiled black man. A profiled black man be somebody who dressed kind of homey, looks a little bit disgruntled, maybe baggy pants, maybe a little dirty looking, someone who looks poor, right? And you say, I'm stereotyping. There's people who like that. You got white people who like that. I'm just going by the profile that that police are probably looking for someone who will commit a crime. Luke does not fit that description in the slightest. This brother was wearing a suit and a trench coat, tan, nice, clean trench coat, next to someone that completely fits that description. Then the story they made up is that, well, Luke was in prison the night before and he had a gun that was associated with a gas station robbery. Now, yes, Luke was in prison the night before, but for a very non-violent crime. Literally, it was just some cops being stupid and like saying that he was interfering with our arrest or something, which he was just kind of standing there and they kind of just threw him in with it. But then, okay, if we put that aside, a gas station robbery, the news reporter says, oh, he was arrested the night before and he had a weapon associated with a gas station robbery. He is also currently employed at the most wealthy corporation in the entire world, who is the son of the former CEO. But also he had a gun that tied to a gas station robbery, so he must be it. Like, really? That profile does not match up in court. So like it doesn't work at all. Oh my gosh. And then that stupid board meeting where like they're debriefing him and like literally the other board members are like, he just says, well, hey, he had a gun and I don't know what to say. Well, good enough to hear from me. You're a hero, son. Like, really? That's all they do when they debrief an officer after any kind of shooting, a bad shooting or whatever, that they just kind of go, oh, he said it and it must be true, Like, at least Jacob was like, hey, let's review the body cam footage, which you would be the first thing you do. Because, yeah, take witness testimony, but footage doesn't lie, The first thing you should do as soon as you snatch it up is like, okay, got the body cam footage, look at this. Okay, this is what we see the body cam footage, explain. That's what you do. And I assume that's what they kind of do. Maybe they don't, I don't know. But that what makes the most sense. But again, they were trying to frame it to show how corrupt this organization is. But again, it feels like, especially when Jacob kind of is the majority shareholder and all that stuff, it just seems like all you need to do is fire and hire the right people. Just shaping up your recruitment process, because these will be a group of ex-military and Green Berets and Marines and all that stuff. So not only is the show saying that, all form of law enforcement is just corrupt and racist and stuff, it just needs to be demolished. They're also saying our ex-military are also racist and corrupt and needs to be demolished, apparently. I don't know. No, they're not saying that. Sure, okay? But the way this episode is showing it, it's like they forgot that's what it was, and these aren't just guys off the street. Yeah, the whole Luke having a should I stay or should I go mind thing going on. Again, like I said, it's a trope that's been played in TV and movies. It's not a choice. If your body is not able to function in the way it needs to keep you alive, no matter how much willpower, maybe you'll stay on a little longer than you would if you didn't want to live, maybe, but once Luke got injected with that flower stuff, he wasn't going nowhere unless he was just going to stay psychologically comatose for the rest of his life somehow. But I just thought it was so funny how it's like, Luke by the end, he just rage quit. He's like, you know what? I want to die. Screw it. Like, I don't want to be here no more. Oh my gosh. And that whole thing of like, after everything you did gave hope to thousands of people, you still got shot. And there's people out there that are willing to believe that you deserved it because you're black. Like, really? I mean, yeah, there's always going to be racist people, but, like, they believed he deserved it because he was black. That's, oh, my gosh, it's such a dumb show. Again, there's no subtlety, there's no nuance. There's no, okay, let's go into, why people think the way they think, why people are afraid of certain things or certain people or anything like that. No, they want to believe that you're guilty and deserve to get shot because you're black. Like, my God. Ryan's still infuriating. I hate her character. Jacob's still one of my favorites, but I feel like he could have acted a little sooner than he did. Towards the end, he does the logical thing that should have always happened, but still. The disassembling of the crows, I mean, you say it's corrupt through and through, but again, the signs of corruption have been within groups. They definitely need to do better about how they're sourcing people, but I don't know if this speaks to the volume as the crows as a whole. It just means Jacob was neglectful of keeping track of his men, and he needs to shapen up. But no, apparently the correct choice is just demolish the entire system, which I guess Gotham still has a police department. They don't treat it like they do. They treat it like they just have crows, but I don't know. Hopefully the police department picks up the slack, even though we established that apparently the police department is also corrupt. But no, everything's fixed because the crows are gone now. I don't know. I don't know what this means for Jacob's character anymore. Hopefully now that he's with Alice, the whole Alice storyline gets picked up a little bit better and is actually good. Well, not good. Interesting, entertaining, because it's been boring all this season. I don't know. But that's all I had to say. It's going to be a little difficult editing this video because it kept buffering a few times. I'm going to try to get through it. Hopefully I can get it good. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Tell me what you thought of this episode. Like, subscribe, share. Until next time, till next video. Take care. Gosh, the things I do for entertainment.